What's up, everybody? Max Cavalera here, Soulfly. Thanks for watching Ethereal Metal. And right now, go pre-order Soulfly Chama so you can find your inner Chama and keep watching Ethereal Metal. Let the fire burn!
All right, hey everyone, this is Ryan coming to you from Ethereal Metal, and I'm going to be talking with Max Cavalera of Soulfly. And today we're going to dive into their upcoming new studio release, Chama, out Friday, October 24th via Nuclear Blast. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat today, Max. How have you been?
I'm doing good, man. Talking a lot about the record, it's exciting. Kind of like a new chapter of Soulfly's career. It's starting with this record.
Yeah, definitely.
Feels exciting, it's exciting. I think the feedback of the record has been really positive, really, really cool. And we are very, very excited to share the record with the fans, we got some more videos coming up, and the reaction has been amazing so far. And we're just, super, super excited for the record to drop in October and then hopefully go
Yeah,
on tour with it.
awesome. I can say from listening to the promo a couple of times, it's going to be a huge hit. I think it's a great album overall.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, we worked real hard on it. And it was really kind of, I don't know, sometimes you make records and sometimes you're more inspired and sometimes you're less inspired. And I don't know, for some reason, maybe because this is our 13 record, there's
Right, number 13.
the ominous number 13. uh it became like something that we really went in full steam ahead. Everybody was excited. I had, working with both of my kids on it, Zion and Igor.
And Igor, yeah.
Zion produced the album with Arthur Rizik, and we had a bunch of really cool guests all over the place. And it was fun. It was like kind of remind me what Soulfly is all about. This record reminds me of what is Soulfly in essence. This is what it is. This is like the tribal grooves, the community of metal, all the tribal elements. Yeah, and it feels like a rebirth of Soulfly to me. It feels like we're back at being what we do best. Soulfly is back at what we do best, which is this tribal metal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that. And I think for me personally, I think it has a very big feel of the older Soulfly, you know.
Yeah, that was kind of intentionally. We not wanted to copy the old record, but we wanted to be inspired by them. I think the early Soulfly was really cool. The how the band was formed, and it was an exciting time in music. And
Yeah, yeah.
we had a lot of guests on the first couple records, and then we kind of departure from that and went in different directions with the other records. And it was kind of like, I don't know, I was feeling kind of nostalgic and feeling like it would be cool to go back to that feeling we had when we made the first records.
Yeah, for sure.
So we kind of did that, but also I don't know, the record does have a lot of new stuff on it that's brand new, that's modern. I think the production, especially, you got stuff like no pain equals no power. To me, that,
Yeah, definitely. Very modern production sound. Yeah,
yeah, modern sound with really cool melodic chorus, and it felt really different from everything else on the album.
yeah.
um Really kind of like heavier, some fast stuff like Favela Dystopia.
Favela, yeah, was yep.
It has a little bit of everything, so it's very
Very cool.
diverse. So I think it's cool. I've been joking to people, calling this album is actually a tribal technology kind of album, because it
Kind of the two
mixes,
converging.
Yeah, it mixed tribalism and technology together, because you have both elements. You have the groove, the drums, the percussion, and you have electronic noises all over the place. And
Yeah,
that
really cool.
that, that is really the merging of those two things together. It feels really cool with that.
Awesome. Very cool. Cool. So before we dive into the album, I wanted to ask just something fun. If Soulfly entered the Metal Olympics, what event would each of you dominate, and who'd be disqualified for setting the fire to the podium?
Oh, that's a good one. What event? I think by the power of the songs, it has to be wrestling.
Ah, nice. Nice.
Something like that, something with a lot of power. Yeah, some kind of fighting event to be. I think it's kind of closer to the music. And oh yeah, we'll definitely set fire to the podium.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, no question about that. Like we would just naturally do it. Um, yeah, no, that's great. I always loved the. My son's actually always doing that. Like, why don't they do fantasy for metal? It's like they do
Yeah,
foot.
like fantasy football, right?
You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
do that for metal and grade all the musicians and people can trade musicians.
Maybe we should start that. There you go.
Oh yeah, he has crazy ideas like that sometimes, and they should do like a Hall of Fame for musicians.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Cool.
it's cool. I love that. We got. I always be involved with sports. Like I love football, of course. Starting today, American football. Uh,
Yeah.
our son is actually a quarterback in a varsity varsity league here in Phoenix.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's cool. I like that it kind of started back in Sepultura, but we were always kind of involved in sports and music. I wore
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
soccer shirts, and then I started wearing football shirts and a little bit UFC. Now we got the UFC connection.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love when sports and metal connect. I think it's really cool.
It is. Absolutely. Awesome. That's really cool. So jumping right into the album, I wanted to talk about so the title itself, and if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Shuma?
Shama,
Shama. Yeah.
Shama, yeah.
So Shama literally means flame. For you, does this flame represent a spiritual fire, rebellion, vitality, or something even deeper?
I think all of those. It's a spiritual flame of the people that are no longer here with you, but they in flesh, but they are here with you in spirit all the time. Like also your inner flame that you have inside of you, your wish to play music. The Remind yourself why you play and why you do what you do, and you are motivated, you inspired by this music. All of that, man. I think the cover also speaks for itself, that
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
really beautiful. That's a picture actually. That's from a real ritual in Arizona.
Arizona, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's an Apache crow dancers they call. And it was and that's a moment in time that got captured on a photo. So
Wow.
they say a
That's
picture
awesome.
speaks more than 1,000 words. That I think that does that. That picture to me, it represents the sound of the record. It has all the elements of the record on that picture.
Yeah.
And I think the record to me feels like, if I'm being honest with myself, I think my flame was fading in the last couple of years, and I got it back. I
That's
I
awesome.
I
Yeah.
rekindle, and I got it back, and I'm ready to, um, you know, light the way again with the flame, with the Shama power. I think in music everything is very subjective, and it's very kind of like you gotta have like imagination.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta imagine things, like before they happen. You gotta kind of like have an open mind and imagine, like, you hope this is gonna inspire people. This is gonna connect with people. That's my only like real biggest hope for this record is that connects with the people, especially
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Soulfly people, people that love Soulfly for what it is. I think they're gonna really connect with this record in a real strong way, which I think is great.
Yeah, it's definitely a full circle. Definitely a full circle for sure.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of elements on it, and it's very diverse. A lot of guests. Um, Again, I love the fact that I got to work with both of my kids on it. That was
Yeah, that's amazing.
one of the coolest things in my life because I remember them being real little and they'll be sleeping on guitar cases and Ozzy Osbourne will be singing in the background,
Right, right.
in Ozfest. And I was thinking,
Yeah, yeah,
they grow up in this lifestyle, they grow up in this rock and roll circus madness. And
yeah, yeah,
I only hope they can be good musicians so we can jam when they're bigger. And now the time is here and I'm jamming with them. And they're actually helping me make a record, which was something that I could only dream that when they were born. It was
yeah, that's amazing.
like, I hope one day, man, I can play with them. And actually, not this album. I don't just play with them. They actually help me build the record with them,
Right, exactly.
which is incredible. For a father, is an incredible feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. That has to be a really, really incredible feeling. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking of fire, the concept of the album, somewhat loosely tied to the boy from the favelas seeking his fire among the Amazon tribes, very
Yeah.
striking. How did that story come to you, and did you weave it throughout the songs, it seems?
We try to connect to a lot of the songs a little bit on each one of them,
Yeah,
and mostly favela dystopia is and always will be has really, it's all in Portuguese and it's got a very tribal reference.
yeah.
I love the story. That story was actually written by my son Igor.
Oh, okay, cool, nice.
He writes like Stephen King's horror stories.
Okay.
He's really good with words, and I told him like, can you make us some kind of story to go with the record, because it's not
Hmm.
really a conceptual record but kinda.
Right, right.
So we made the story of this boy Chama, and he lives in the favelas, and his mother passed away, and his mother's spirit comes to him and tell him, you got to go to the jungle, you got to find the power of the jungle to fulfill your heart and fulfill your mission in life. And
Right, yeah.
I don't know, maybe we can do like an animated video for that, be really cool with that story, because I think it's a really cool story.
Yeah, for sure it would. Yeah, yeah.
We can even do like an animated video with that. It would be kind of cool. There's a lot of open possibilities for that, but I love that the album has a story like that
Yeah,
inside. You know, I think it
absolutely.
makes more for the listener if you really, you know, delving into the record and you really experiencing the record. I think if you read that as you listen to the record, it becomes even more deep. Your connection with the record becomes even deeper.
Mm,
And that's what I think is kind of cool that we got to do that with him. I thought it was really kind of cool, and I think the original idea was to do a comic book with it, but we didn't have didn't have
okay.
yeah, we didn't have the time to do it. But it's still cool though, even just to use your imagination and imagine um, the whole scenario, of the little boy growing.
Playing out. Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome. And so I wanted to say about the opening track as well, Indigenous Inquisition, haunting, especially with you naming the tribes lost to genocide. What made you decide to start Shama with that proclamation?
Yeah, so it's a dark beginning, but I think it's
Yeah,
very truthful.
very.
We did that. We killed those tribes, and society killed those tribes,
Yeah,
and they're not coming back, and we're guilty of that, and we need to face that reality. So I wanted to make a ritualistic intro, so it feels like a
yeah,
ritual with the big drums and the heavy riffs and the sounds. A lot of the noises, and then underneath all those noises, that's what I'm saying, the names of all those tribes.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
I thought it was cool because the first Soulfly, I give a shout out on a song Tribe to actual tribes that are right now,
still
like
existing. Yep.
yeah, Kayapo and Navajo and
Navajo, and yeah,
Comanche, and but this one is the the extinct ones. They got killed by genocide, and
yeah,
so it's heavy. And I love the title, like Indigenous Inquisition. It's very cinematic. I think it's got like this. Almost can close your mind and envision um, all those atrocities being committed against
yeah,
them.
yeah.
So yeah, it was an intro ritual type song. I haven't really done one of those ever, so it was kind of like a first time trying something like that. And I think it's really cool. Like it's really heavy, it's really low, it's really tribal, and very
Yeah,
noisy as
absolutely.
well. So I think what we did musically was cool, but then when Arthur and Zion added all the electronic noises on top of it, again, that becomes the tribal technology thing that I talked
Right, right, right. That merger. Yeah,
merger of those two worlds.
that's awesome. Yeah,
And it's crazy because you think about it, maybe that's what's gonna kill all of us is technology. That's where we're going with AI and all that shit.
right. That's what it seems.
Fucking scary, man. It's scary. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's kind of scary. Definitely.
it's a
Uh,
wild world out there,
yeah, yeah, and it's just getting worse by the day.
crazy. But we gotta enjoy while we're here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I know you mentioned, Portuguese. I know you brought it back into the screaming on this record. What did it mean to you to sing in your native language again, especially for a story that's so tied to culture and heritage?
Yeah, I think this might be my most Brazilian record ever. Maybe it's you can argue that Roots was maybe more Brazilian, but I think this record has the name is in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Uh, there's lyrics in Portuguese on songs like "Always Will" and "Always Will Be." There's a lot of my the stuff I do is I call the tribal chants, and
Mm-hmm.
that's me. I do like 20 different takes of my voice, and we put it all together, and becomes this really tribal rhythm,
Like layered over. Yeah.
voice rapping thing. That's really like there's no words; it's just noise, but it
Chanting
really
over. Yeah.
it really becomes like chanting, it becomes tribal and becomes chanting. And I really like that we have that in this album. And of course, the main topic being favela dystopia, very influenced by movies like City of God, and
Yeah.
yeah, like really violent scenes of Brazilian drug lord, cocaine lords in the mountains of Rio,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
fighting with the cops, all that shit, man. It's a full, it's a hardcore song all the way through.
All the way through, man. Yeah.
We
Very
the
cool.
the nickname of the song was Hey Breed actually because
Oh, really?
it felt like a Hey Breed song, and we
Like a
actually
working title. Yeah.
we should have called Jamie to come and sing with us, but
That would have been awesome.
yeah, next time.
Very cool. Very cool. And I know you mentioned Zion before, stepping into a bigger role this time as producer. How did it feel to let him take the creative lead? And were there any surprises that he threw at you along the creative process?
Oh yeah, it was really cool because I produced a record before, the Dark Ages, Prophecy,
Yep.
and I didn't want to produce because I think it's a bit like I don't know, becomes subject. Like if I'm producing, then it's gonna come out the way I want it, and I don't want that. I want to come out different. I want somebody else to tell me something else. Uh,
Right.
I
Right.
was like, and it needed to be somebody like Zion because he's not a yes man. He will tell me no about a riff, and I have to make a better one. So I was
Nice. All
like
right. Cool.
telling him like, you gotta challenge me, man. When you hear something, don't accept. But if you listen to something and think I can do better, challenge me so I can do better. So
Very cool.
that came into play on the song arrangements. He did a lot of the extra stuff like the percussion and the noises on all over the record. Him and Arthur organized that. So yeah, I think for him as a producer, I give him a plus. Was an amazing
Awesome.
debut job, and hopefully he'll get asked to produce more records because he really enjoyed that aspect of production.
Oh, that's awesome.
which is really hard. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think it did really good, and it's really creative. Um, and also like I said, it gave the album a different feeling than if I produced myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it did create like a new dimension to the record. I think is really what we were looking for.
Awesome. And so speaking of family, doing more and more contributions, now you have Igor contributing on bass and lyrics. That really made it feel like a full family effort. How did his writing shape songs like Shama and Favela Dystopia?
Yeah, so that was cool. Like in the studio, we kind of sat down on the floor, and I hate writing lyrics. It's no secret. It's like homework.
Yeah, yeah,
You gotta do it because the teacher told you you have to do it.
exactly.
I love making riffs. That's my bread and butter. I can make riffs all day long. But then when it comes to lyrics, it's always a pain in the ass. And so this time I was like, let's gather around and you guys help me make these lyrics,
Cool.
and we'll get to something cool. And it was cool because I love the Shama lyrics. They really tied to the story of the boy. Uh, and then I really like also no pain equals no power because that's about sports mentality. You know,
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah,
you can say that about a football player. You gotta play through pain, and many of them do that.
a lot.
So
Yeah,
it's gotta be the mentality of if you have no pain, you will not have you won't have power. You won't have, and without power, there's no glory.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
pain is required to feel the power and to feel the glory. So I love that, almost like, yeah, connected to like UFC and maybe WWE,
Oh, there you go. Nice.
and basketball, football. Even you can even go as you connect to even like soldiers in war, like the no pain, no power aspect of it. I think it's a really cool subject. I think it's really
Nice.
cool
Very
to
cool.
explore that. And on the song itself, it's cool because I'm saying really simple words like we defend, you submit. It's really like fighting
Like
words.
fighting words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was a UFC type shit. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, it was definitely cool to work on this record on the lyric side. I think Storm the Gates, also a big song against oppression, against corporations,
Corporation. Yeah.
about staying true to your beliefs, and even if you have to fight the world for it. That's kind of like the message I get from Storm the Gates. um like don't let the big guys corrupt you. Stay strong and
Stay strong
fight
to who
back,
you are.
fight back,
Yeah.
all of that. I think it's cool. It's not totally political. I don't think, at least for me, it's not really political, but more about ancestors and the power of ancestor spirits guiding
Yeah.
you through
Yeah.
life, you know, and giving you the power to do whatever you want to do, to face life. And um, no matter how brutal it is, you have the help from spirits to to conquer your fears, né? And it's cool. I love shit like that. Like it's real stuff.
Very cool. Yeah.
And I wanted to connect with that because that's like the beginning of Soulfly. Like no hope, no fear was shit like that.
Exactly. Yep.
And back to the primitive, fuck all your politics. All
Yep.
So it's a bit of a return to those kind of lyrics, more direct lyrics. And I love the fact that the album is also real short. I love that. It's like
Yeah,
this is like
definitely.
a Raining Blood, you
You don't
know?
have to have like this massive, long, epic album for it to be a powerful statement.
Yeah, I mean, we just
Yeah.
it is this is what we want to say to you. This part we cut it off, everything that we didn't need it. Take it all out, just give it right here. It comes to you, it kicks you in the face, kicks you in the balls, and
Yeah.
it lives. you
And
know
then it's gone.
it, it it doesn't overstay the welcome. It gets the fuck out.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
hopefully, I think hopefully by that it'll be more of a case of you listen to the record and you'll be like, oh, I want to hear this again, rather than Oh man, this album is dragging. It's taking forever, you know.
Yeah. You
So
just did
kind
the
of like
replay and just
the
keep it
less
going.
less is more type of approach, you know.
For sure, for sure. Cool. And I wanted to mention about Mike DeLeon. Has been playing live for you for a while, but now first time on the studio album with Soulfly. What energy does he
Yeah.
bring that you knew had to be captured in the studio?
Oh yeah, man. He did some amazing solos, especially on Nihilist, and
Yeah,
he helped with a lot of the the sounds of the second guitar on throughout the whole record. You know, we record all that together.
yep,
Mike's a great guy, and he's a great guitar player, and he did some really cool solos, especially Nihilist, and there's some stuff that he did on Chama. The very ending of Chama, the melodic thing, that was
uh-huh,
that
yep,
was all me and Mike together. We built the whole
cool,
part.
nice, nice,
Yeah, so it's cool. You involve everybody, you know. We do have a bass player now. Chase has been playing with us
yep.
um, lately, and unfortunately, we couldn't have him in the studio, but I ended up recording the bass myself, and my son Igor play bass.
Ah, cool, yep.
But yeah, but Mike DeLeon is a great guitar player, and hopefully, he'll be more involved in the future records as well.
Awesome. Very cool. So finally, what I wanted to ask, if a young fan, like the boy Shama in your story, for example, is out there searching for their own fire in a chaotic world, what message do you hope that they take away from this album?
Inspiration, you know.
Yeah.
I hope they feel inspired by this record to chase whatever dream that they have. You know, nothing is impossible. Like, don't let nobody tell you you can't do this. You know, like whatever
Awesome.
dream is, like I'm living proof that that can happen. I came from Brazil, from a small town in Minas Gerais, and the odds of me making in the rock world was 1 in 1 billion. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
and I made it. You know, so it's really like just follow your heart, follow your dream. Um, Embrace the hard times because I think you learn more from the hard times than the good times.
Absolutely.
That's been my experience. I learn more in the hard, difficult times than I learn on everything. When everything is great, you don't really learn shit. Uh, you know,
Right. No, it's true. It's true.
shit's gotta be tough for you to like really like be
Yep.
real with yourself and be like, oh shit, I need to do something now, you know. I
Yeah, for
gotta
sure.
gotta figure out a way out of this situation. So yeah, I hope this album is somewhat inspirational for young people out there. I hope they will get
Awesome.
inspired by this record
Awesome. Very cool.
so they can
Max,
find their own Shama.
right? To find their own Shama. Absolutely. No, that's awesome. Max, thank you so much again. I really appreciate the time to chat. And for those watching, remember Shama is going to be out Friday, October 24th via Nuclear Blast. There will be a pre-order link in the description below so be sure to pre-order now. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Soulfly.